Hello, my name is Anita Amorim. I'm the head of the Emerging and South-South Partnerships Unit of the Partnerships Department of the ILO. And I'm here to say some words on South-South and triangular cooperation, and especially our main results of last biennium from our regular budget contribution. But I also say some words in general about South-South in the ILO and the main focuses and partners. So just to go region by region, and maybe start with the Americas, we have done quite some work, especially with Brazil, which is the main funding partner for South-South cooperation. It has contributed to the regional initiative for the Americas, has contributed to a new program supporting social justice for the Global South, covering all continents, and is supporting a cotton project with a very recent activity between Brazil and Tanzania on fundamental principles and rights at work as well. In the Americas, we also have some programs with Sinterfor, which is the training arm of the Americas, and it's very active on training seminars and knowledge management activities. And we have done this on greening sectors and also the care economy. In Asia, the Pacific, we've been very active as well, working between India and Brazil on social protection, Bangladesh and Indonesia on unemployment insurance. We also had lots of work on apprenticeship schemes with some of the BRICS countries, in particular India, China, Ethiopia, that is a upcoming member, South Africa. And there's been a lot of training, study tours involved in learning from each other on apprenticeship, especially now that there is a new instrument on apprenticeship, so very important. There's also cooperation between Zambia and China, and this is very important because it's a mining area, which is a very critical area for occupational safety and health, and that's a big step. We have also had some feasibility study between China and Brazil and how these two countries can cooperate. We have also worked on the Arab states, and these countries have also been working on both the worker side and the employer sides on EBMOs, which are these employment business networks, looking at the workers' rights in the petrochemical sector, but also in cooperation between, for the employers, the Arab employers and chambers of commerce, and also the Asian ones. So that is a very interesting network of businesses and memberships, and that reshapes, in a way, the peer-to-peer learning and interregional dialogue. We also have cooperation between Lebanon and Brazil, which is upcoming, especially on the chambers of commerce. And we have also work on just transitions to support the COPs, but also to support the position of ILO within the MENA countries in the very important topic of greening the economy. And we also have some cooperation now, if we look at Africa, interregional. So in Africa, there was lots of interregional cooperation, South Asia and East African countries, IGAD, SADC cooperation between CARICOM and ECOWAS, in this case was cross-regional on the topic of labor migration. And we had also cooperation between Madagascar and Cote d'Ivoire on social protection. All these activities, it seems like a shopping list, but each one of them have very concrete results, changes in legislation, new MOUs, investment for having new study tours. We also have some South-South in Europe, even though one could say why Europe, but because it's a global South that includes also CIS. So learning between Tajikistan and Uzbekistan and Romania on labor inspection. We have also work on the Balkans, the Western Balkans, on the question of apprenticeships and public employment services and youth employment. And we had a series of activities with our training center, ITC-ILO, that go from the whole question of financing for decent work, promoting infrastructure investments in East Africa, partnerships for capacity building on skills development and apprenticeships in GCC countries, the Gulf, and also working with Lusophone countries on labor inspectorates. So these are just a few. In headquarters, we're working on normative approaches of LDCs, graduating countries, and integrating a South-South view, how countries can work with each other between South Asia and Southeast Asia, the case of Vietnam, Bangladesh, and Nepal. And we also had some labor administration support activities, workers' activities also between the Caribbean and the Pacific in the area of labor rights, integrating into the country frameworks of the United Nations. And finally, we had also very big training on labor inspection for CPLP countries. So just to summarize, I would say that the most important global level activities were linked to the social justice and also the support to BRICS and CPLP. So in a nutshell, I would say these are the most critical ones.